different amount. If I owe the bank $3 and the bank says to me they're going to take away that $3 debt, I'm left with nothing. So what does this double negative operation really mean? It's an addition. Minus 3. So if we have a number line and we start at minus 3 and we subtract a minus 3, that's adding 3. That goes in this direction to 0.
Wait, that's actually true.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now you're very used to dealing with opposite signs. So if I have 5 take away 3, we never think about the value of either of those numbers. Is it positive or negative? These are both positive numbers. Yes? Positive 5 take away positive 3. I never write positive 5 take away positive 3, do I? I never write it like that. That's kind of weird to see. You automatically, up until this point maybe, presume that all numbers were positive. Anytime you saw a number in all these questions we had earlier on, you just presumed the number was positive and you worked with that. We never put a positive symbol in front of it.
Yeah.
And that's what we do in maths. We only use symbols when there might be a doubt, a discrepancy, and only usually with negatives. We only see the sign of the number when we're dealing with negative numbers. Otherwise, presume positive. So I'll do another example here. If I have positive 3 minus 5, what do I get? So I'm on positive 3. Now if I need to subtract, I need to go to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I end up with negative 2. Now if I started at negative 2 and I want to subtract another negative 2, where do I end up with? 0? No. If I have negative 2, I go back. Negative 4. But if I have negative 2 and I want to subtract a negative 2, so what this one really is I'm subtracting positive 2 from it. I just never see positive 2 written. The operation is to subtract, but the sign of the number was positive. I just didn't write it. But now I'm subtracting the negative 2, which was my earlier example. If I want to subtract the debt. Girls, you listening down the back? You with me? Sit up properly, thank you. So that is 0. So this double negative is a positive. Now, that's difficult. This is my starting position on the number line. The next thing is the operation, either add or subtract. And the thing after it is the number. So if I see something like 4 minus minus 3, I start at 4 and I minus a minus 3. This is to subtract, and this is a negative number. And that means if I see something like 4 just minus 3, this is the start. I subtract, but this time I'm subtracting a positive number, but I never see the positive number. I never see the plus. Sometimes, and I'll put some questions up where you do put in the plus just to confuse you, but you automatically, like, you've done these questions since year 2. 7 take away 2. You never thought about that they are both positive. That's a positive number and that's a positive number until maybe now. Yes?
Can you take away like my negative 4 minus negative 3?
Negative 4 minus negative 3, like that? Yeah. Yes? So we start at negative 4. We start at negative 4 and we subtract, and you think about this in banking as well. If we're negative 4 in debt and the bank only forgives $3 of the debt, still we got 1 left. So that became a plus. We're at negative 4 and we add the 3, but we still are at negative 1. We're still in the negatives.
So you owe the bank $1.
Still owe the bank $1. So what do we notice a pattern here? If I see a double negative in a row, what's that? It means plus. That's basically it.
Negative plus negative is plus.
If it's
Opposite.
All right, if I see negative, negative in a row, that's positive. If I see plus, minus in a row, so something like, I haven't put in one of these yet. If I see plus, minus in a row, plus a negative 3, what does that mean?
That means negative. That means 1.
So if I have $4 in the bank, and the bank says, hey, wait a second, I'm going to add $3 of debt to you. What is it? See it?